Hello, I'm Piya Mayenin, writer, producer, director of Nazrul. So this play is not just a celebration of the rebel poet Qazi Nazrul Islam. It's my take on his life, his creativity, and the message that he had for the world. Being a student of Indian classical music and a lawyer that has human rights as an anchor to my practice, Nazrul truly fascinates me. Not only was he a prolific composer of the finest music South Asia has ever seen, meaning that he used raga, the Indian melodic framework, just the way it should be used, within the rules and the unspoken rules of breaking the rules, adding notes from outside that structure, leaving room for improvisation, for interpretation, and for an artist's individuality to shine through his compositions. His poetry, his philosophy is not relevant just in South Asia, it's relevant to anyone, anywhere. His creativity advocated human rights long before the Universal Declaration or the European Convention on Human Rights ever existed. He clearly stated that he was a citizen of the world, a spokesperson for all people of all countries. He advocated the fundamental right of every individual, regardless of class, sex, belief, to speak one's own truth in one's own language. Prostitutes were his mothers, women his equals. He saw no difference amongst religious beliefs or none. Nazrul declared that the human state was the highest in the world and nothing was above that. He advocated that one shouldn't be passive and let the world happen to them, but one should be active and make oneself relevant and be courageous enough to reach for the stars, the moon, the cosmos, and beyond. Reach for the throne of God and beyond. This didn't mean he was some sort of anarchist. He meant that everybody's voice was important, regardless of who they are and what rules they were bound by or oppressed by. He advocated this because he didn't believe anyone in the world should feel helpless. The way forward for him was a celebration of diversity and indeed making diversity a prerequisite for the continuation of humanity. The whole of the subcontinent received sustenance from his creativity during the 20th century. The play is very relevant today in light of intolerance and polarities across the globe. We celebrate his thoughts, his philosophies, his works, and bring to life his contemporaries of a nostalgic era, luminous bards and personalities of undivided Bengal, who were similarly going through polarities and intolerance. Nazrul was not a politician, nor a lawyer, nor a statesman. He was a poet. He advocated unity, tolerance, fairness, human rights through his creativity. So in this play, a diverse set of creatives come together with their multidisciplinary art forms to communicate the messages and the life of Qazi Nazrul Islam, making it diverse and accessible for wider audiences. And this reflects the reality of the England that we live in. One final thing, Nazrul battles with his own illness that leads to him developing Pick's disease and still manages to outshine ruling classes and becoming one of the brightest creatives in South Asia and the national poet of Bangladesh, which goes to show that creativity and talent cannot be stopped by circumstances or disabilities. Thank you.